Remove that metal. The words weren't just disrespectful, they were an attack. The judge's voice cracked across the courtroom like a hammer through stained glass, loud, deliberate, condescending. His gavel was clutched in one trembling hand, not yet dropped, but already soaked in arrogance. That metal does not belong in this courtroom. And then silence. The kind that doesn't whisper. The kind that screams. Every eye turned toward. The man at the center of the room, Staff Sergeant Nathaniel Brooks, stood motionless, carved from stillness and stone. His posture, perfect, his dress blues, flawless, and pinned over his heart the Medal of Honor, not given, not granted, earned. The judge leaned forward, smirking slightly now. This court is a place of justice, not a stage for military theatrics. The temperature in the room dropped. The crowd didn't move, but it shifted. Mothers of the fallen, veterans gripping faded flags, fathers holding pictures of sons who never came back. Their pain crackled in the air. A woman in the front row, barely above a whisper, said, "That's the tomb guard." But the judge didn't care. He only saw a man in uniform. He didn't see what that uniform meant. I said, "Remove it." He spat again, jabbing his finger like he was ordering a janitor to mop the floor. Still Brooks, because he didn't need to. That medal wasn't about him. It was about every name etched into cold marble. Every folded flag handed to a weeping widow. Every battlefield cross placed in silent rows. He had earned it in blood, not for glory, but for those who would never come home. And the judge. He had just desecrated it. "Sergeant Brooks," the judge said again, louder now, "this is your final warning." The air thickened. Brooks finally turned his head, slowly, deliberately, and when he spoke, his voice was calmed, but it cut deeper than any shout ever could. "With all due respect, sir, I don't wear this for your approval. I wear it for those who can't speak today. You may not understand that, but they do." He turned to the crowd. His eyes swept across the forgotten, the mourning, the quiet warriors still standing decades after their battles ended. Then something happened. An old man rose. His hands shook, his cane trembled, but his voice unbreakable. "Let him speak." Another voice joined. Then another. Then dozens, and suddenly the entire courtroom stood, not in protest, not in anger, but in something far more powerful, remembrance, hands over hearts, tears falling freely. Men and women who'd buried their loved ones now rising not for vengeance, but for vindication. The judge went pale. His command of the room collapsed. His authority shriveled beneath the weight of a silence he could never control. The silence of sacrifice. The silence of men who gave everything and never asked for recognition. The silence of a soldier who didn't need to yell to own the room. Doors slammed open. A court official rushed in, eyes wide, waving a document. "Your Honor, urgent communication from the Department of Defense." The judge grabbed it, almost desperate now. His face drained of color as he read. Line by line, word by word, every inch of power gone. A. Formal reprimand. Direct, brutal, final. His actions had triggered an immediate military legal review. By sundown, the courtroom was shut down. By morning, the judge's career was over. No appeal, no ceremony. It's just disgrace. Meanwhile, Staff Sergeant Brooks turned and walked out. No applause. No headlines. Just the long, heavy silence of absolute respect. He was flanked by widows, by veterans, by sons and daughters of the fallen who had never stood prouder, and the image of him walking down those courthouse steps, metal gleaming in the sun, broke the internet. Millions watched. Millions wept. "This is what real dignity looks like," read one caption. "This is why we still salute," read another. And Brooks. He refused every interview, every podcast, every press request. He only ever said one thing. That day wasn't about me. It was about them. And he nodded to the portraits in the crowd, faces frozen in time, names written on stone, but carried in the hearts of millions. Before we end this story, drop your city or country in the comments. Let's show the world how far honor still reaches. Because here's the truth. Silence is not weakness. Don't need permission. And sometimes One man's calm is enough to shake a system to its knees. When you've earned your place in history, you don't ask to stand tall. You just do.